Are you close to someone that you care deeply about, but struggles with self-sabotaging behaviors? Do you have a desire to see them outgrowing their self-sabotaging tendencies? If so, you might find this brief presentation on how people change quite helpful. Hi, I'm Vezi, the author of Vezi of Glory. The goal of this presentation is to make a case of how you can create an environment that is enabling for crystallizing, transforming choices for those you care about. The first thing to understand about this process is that all human behavior is a product of a human behavioral value chain. Our behavior is essentially what we do, from the choices we make and how we prioritize them. Our behavior is in turn driven by our state. Our state is essentially our state of mind. For example, this could be a state of being discouraged or motivated. Our state is driven by our mindset. Our mindset is what we believe about others and the world around us. Ultimately, our mindset is driven by our identity. Our identity is what we believe about who we are. This value chain significantly shapes the kind of results we get in life. For example, the reason why colonization had such devastating effects in Africa was the fact that the scramble for the colonization of the continent was not just about land and resources, but was accompanied with the subjugation and displacement of the African identity to secure the longevity of the imperial project. What all of this means is that if you want to see a change in the behavior of an individual or even of humanity as a collective, such a change can only be sustainably effectuated by working at an identity level. Allow me to share very briefly about my own journey of transformation that was catalyzed through an enabling environment created by my wife. My wife and I got married about 22 years ago. For the first 10 years of my life, I was completely blinded to my self-centeredness. Consequently, I took decisions that were detrimental to the future of my family and defended them to my wife with stinging arrogance. For those first 10 years, my wife tried her best to get me to see the toxicity of my behavior. I just couldn't see what I didn't see. Then she started praying for me. Through prayer, she got a conviction to surrender to God her efforts to change me. Soon after this, God started to put her through a process of personal transformation. What really got my attention was when I experienced a shift to gentleness in how she engaged with my behaviors that used to infuriate her. It was precisely at this time that God had opened my eyes to what I'd been blinded to all my life, my egocentricity. What followed thereafter was a profound journey of transformation for me. I share this journey of my transformation in my first book, Transforming Glory. So here's a case I want to make about how people change. It takes a transformed identity to create a transforming environment for another. God got my attention because in my wife, I started seeing what a healed identity looked like. I only started to understand the brokenness of my own identity when I had the experience of engaging with someone with a restored identity. In hindsight, I realized this mirrored God's strategy of incarnation. God sent Jesus Christ, whose identity was a perfect representation of his essence, which is his glory. Apostle Paul, in his second letter to the church in Corinth, elucidates that as we behold the glory or the identity of Jesus Christ as in a mirror, we are transformed from one level of glory to another. In other words, we increasingly get transformed into his likeness. So here's the bottom line. If you want to see change in the other, surrender yourself first to God to completely restore your identity. You are unlikely to speak words of healing from a broken vessel. If you want to learn more about my books, please visit uvezi.com. Thank you.